Hi friends! Welcome to this extra special Pick a Card Tarot reading. So, in this Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are going to be asking, what do you have to celebrate? Because we are celebrating in this video. At least I am, and I'm hoping that you'll celebrate with me. Because we did it! Thanks to you and all of you incredible viewers on my channel, we have surpassed 500 subscribers. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. That happened so quickly. I announced that giveaway like 2 weeks ago, and boom, everybody has subscribed, and I'm so incredibly amazed by this. So thank you so much. As a token of my thanks, I'm going to be offering a free reading from my channel. There's a giveaway, so check out the description video, or the description of the video. Down in the description section, there will be a link to where to click to sign up for the giveaway. So basically, it's a link to my website. There'll be a page that you just put in your information, and then I will be announcing the giveaway on Friday, September 11th. So you have until the 11th to sign up. I'm going to be announcing it in every one of my videos until that date. So basically, it's just giving you a week to get ready. Please go to that link, sign up there, and I will randomly draw a winner from that on September the 11th, and I should be announcing the winner on the video I post on that date as well. So you have until then to sign up. Please do. And honestly, if you could sign up before Thursday the 10th, that might make it a little bit easier, because I might end up recording the Friday's video on the night of the 10th. And then, you know, we all have time zone differences as well. I'm in the Pacific time zone, so when I talk about times and dates, it's all from the west coast of the United States, so keep that in mind as well. Anyway, so just sign up when you hear this, and you'll definitely be signed up. If you just sign up before Thursday, just if you can. Anyway, here we go. So this is going to be a pick a card reading for what do you have to celebrate about, because there's always something in your life that you can go out and have a good time and celebrate. What is it for you? What's happening in your life right now that is so bomb, is so awesome, that is the thing that, regardless of what's going on, right? Because, you know, there's always going to be difficult something happening in life, always. And it doesn't have to be, you know, it's all about your perspective, right? You can learn how to let go of the difficulty. You can learn how to not even look at it, right? And then those little minor challenges that come into your life are just slight inconveniences that don't matter, you know, as opposed to becoming these giant, humongous things that bring us all the way down to the lowest depths we can go. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be there, right? It's a mindset shift that, like, you don't have to let every minor little itty bitty thing that happens become the thing that's your trigger point and pushes you past the edge again, you know? So instead, what that takes is, it starts to look at, it's like I said, this perspective shift. Instead of taking the minor inconvenience and turning that into the thing that makes it the worst thing ever for you, it's the exact opposite shift. You take the minor good thing that happens to you, even if it's just, oh, I found a penny on the ground, right? You take that and you use that as evidence that's saying, oh, the universe is conspiring with me to bring me beautiful things, right? Look at this evidence of this. And then you start to see that, and then you start to bring that into your life. And then the more and more that you do, the more happier you become, the more able to bring in these beautiful things into your life, because you are literally focusing all of your attention on that, and you're bringing it into your life. So what do you individually, dear viewer, have to celebrate in your life right now? I have 4 piles for you to choose from. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Once again, that's pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Down below in the description section of this video, and I think in the comments as well, I want to start putting the link back in the comments too, just so everybody can see it, whether or not, you know, you have difficulty with YouTube's formatting or something. My grandmother was having trouble finding the description section of this video, which is totally fine. So I'm just going to continue to put it in both places, just so there's no question, you definitely have it. So down below, you'll find a link to your reading. Once again, finally, you have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So check down below. There'll be a link to the timestamp of your video. Just click on that link and it will take you directly to the point in the video where your reading is located. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you at your reading. Hey there, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is for everyone who chose this first pile. What is coming into your life? What is present in your life for you to celebrate about? What can you celebrate right here, right now, as things are going on? What is for you to celebrate? First up, we have the bouquet. Oh, look at that. First off, right off the bat, the universe is giving you this beautiful bouquet of flowers. So there you go, right? Maybe this means it's time to go out and buy yourself a bouquet of flowers, right? If you love getting flowers as a gift and people don't do it that often for you, you know, if you're single or, you know, your partner isn't really into that, or, you know, you're stuck in relationship dynamics where, like, if you're a dude and nobody's ever given you flowers, but you've always wanted them, or, you know, who knows, whatever your situation, go out and buy yourself some flowers, friend. Give it to yourself as a gift and celebrate. This is a day to celebrate. So we just had the full moon, which in itself can be a fun way to celebrate life and the world and another day lived. So who cares about the excuse? Whenever you get this video, because these are timeless videos, whenever you get this video, this is your chance to go out and celebrate for yourself. So for right off the bat, here's a bouquet of flowers, right? Imagine this is the universe giving you this bouquet of flowers. So right off the bat, that's beautiful. And like I said before too, go out and buy yourself one. If you've always wanted to get flowers and you've gotten flowers a bunch, but you just haven't gotten them in a while, and like, you know, I'm going to do this myself. I'm actually going to go out today. At some point during my day, I'm going to buy myself a bouquet of flowers because they're beautiful. And I actually dry flowers, so I like to buy them for myself sometimes and hang them upside down and dry them, and then I have them forever, you know. It's beautiful. So you can do that today, you know, for yourself. And like, if you don't have a lot of money to spend on something like flowers, and, you know, you're worried about that, I guarantee there's a discount section in your grocery store. Excuse me. Oh, my throat. So maybe you got some throat chakra stuff. Speak your truth today, you know, go out there, speak up. It's important. Make sure you're living your life for you, right? Don't live it for anybody else. Don't let anybody else dictate how you should be doing things, because your life is your own and you are the only one who knows every aspect of your life. Always remember that, like, seriously. But with this bouquet of flowers, you know, I guarantee that there is a discount flower section at your grocery store, because they are at all the ones I know of. So anyway, that's an option. Next up, from the Wild Unknown Tarot, we've got the Mother of Cups. Ooh, this nurturing energy is coming to you. She's the Queen of Cups in most decks. This is an absolutely beautiful card. With this swan here, this beautiful swan coming in and handing you this glass of love, you know, with all of these stars. Look at all the stars in the background. So you've got this shining bright star stuff. I don't know if you necessarily resonate with the starseed people, communities, modes of thinking, modes of being. So if you do, then this is just more confirmation for that for you personally. If you don't, no worries. You've just got this twinkling starscape here, shining this beautiful loving light on you. And with the Queen of Cups here, you know, she's all about nurturing, and she's about love, and she shares that nurturing energy. So potentially, you know, you have the ability to celebrate, you know, even if you're not with anybody right now, you know, or you don't have big giant friend group or lots of family members around or whatever, and it's just you, remember that you can hold out this cup to yourself, right? That you can give, I mean, regardless, even if you have a ton of people around, like this is still something you should do. You have the ability to give yourself this beautiful love right here, right now. And this Mother of Cups here, with the mother specifically, that's that mothering, nurturing energy, is being given to you. So if you open yourself up to receive this, especially with the flowers here too, like really your celebration, I think it's feeling very slowed down, like maybe you've just been go, go, go all the time recently, and you've just been like charging forward, trying to make something happen, continuously pushing, pushing, pushing to make something happen. And I think that, it's good to take on those periods sometimes, but then it's also good to step back sometimes too. And I think that this celebration is coming with a nice calming, almost spa-like energy I'm starting to feel from this, this like very relaxing, right? Take a day off of work if you can, or your next day off. This is what your celebration is going to look like. Clear your schedule. Don't have anything that you have to do. There are no supposed to's and have to's in this life. You got to give yourself at least one day where you don't have to do anything. Go out and buy yourself some flowers, and at night, I see this nightscape, take a long bath if you have access to a bathtub, that kind of thing. Like give yourself this beautiful spa day. Play the most relaxing, peaceful, wonderful music that you know. Light some candles. Make yourself a nice, beautiful dinner. Like a self date. If you can. I feel that. I feel this like powerful self date energy for this celebration for you, which is really nice, and probably something I'm gonna do for myself because I really like that idea. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm probably going to do that, pile number one. All right, so now you have 2 cards from the 1JJ Swiss deck. Okay, 8 of Wands, so you got that swift moving energy that I was talking about before. Like, that's coming in here. Oh, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so, what do you have to celebrate? Now, the way that you're celebrating, I think, is with this day off, right? With this beautiful, relaxing spa energy. That's the way that you're celebrating. What you're celebrating is, I think that the stuff that you've been working on is really starting to take off, right? I think that you've been working with this King of Pentacles energy here. This is talking about work, potentially, anything that's like working towards material abundance. So you've been working hard at trying to make something happen. It could be a job, it could be a business, it could be, it could be anything. It could be trying to get a new house. It could be anything in the material world. With this King of Pentacles energy here, it's really talking about this idea of like, you're at the pinnacle of it. So you've been working really hard. You've been kind of like mastering this abundance energy, and because of that, it's really starting to pay off. It's really starting to take off with this 8 of Wands, this fast moving energy. So the work that you've been putting in is really starting to pay off. And because of that, you've got, like I said, with these, like that's what you're celebrating here with this celebration, is that, oh, hey, the thing I'm working on, the project I'm working on, the new business I'm working on, the new job I'm working on, that I've got, like any of that, whatever it is for you, these are general readings, so take it for your situation. It's starting to take off. And so because of that, you're really being encouraged to celebrate. And your celebration, I think, for you is you've been working really, really, really hard at making this thing happen. It's starting to take off. So celebrate that by giving yourself a day off. Slow down for a day, give yourself a nice relaxing atmosphere, buy yourself some flowers, light some scented candles, have a bath, make it a real spa treatment, light some incense, play the most beautiful, relaxing music you can, and just relax in it and celebrate, that you're doing it. You are doing it. At the end of the day, it was real tough. You've been working really hard. You didn't know if things were going to work, but you just worked through it continuously. And you know what? Now you're starting to see some results, which is beautiful. And because of that, you can take a little break, even if it's just a little day, to just give back to yourself, to celebrate, to relax, to feel it and to love it. It's beautiful. Okay. Next up, we have 2 cards from the classic Rider-Waite deck. We've got the 7 of Cups, and we've got the Judgment. Okay, so interesting. So with the 7 of Cups here, I feel like, you've had a lot of opportunities here. You have a lot of opportunities still, I think. And you can choose any of these. So whatever's been happening in your life, you know, in your situation, because you've been putting in so much work on trying to make something happen, you've got all these opportunities opening up for you now, which is beautiful. And you can choose, you know, you can be choosy. Sometimes this can mean indecision, but I don't feel that energy from you. I feel like maybe in the past you had indecision about stuff, especially with this judgment card here, which talks about reimagining your past. It's looking back on the things that have occurred with this new perspective that you've gained from wisdom that you've gained, maybe some spiritual insights if you've become more spiritual lately. You know, you've got these further insights are coming into you, you know, especially with that angel there too. I get this idea of connecting with your spirit guides and your angel team and your guides, or whatever, however you conceive of that. Those that are conspiring to help you on the other side. You could even just personify it as the personification of the universe itself. You know, it's up to you how you view reality even. You know, I don't want to limit you to my perspective here, but with this judgment card, it's really kind of encouraging you to look back on the things that have happened now that you have this larger perspective. You know, look back on things with that. It's this idea of transforming experience into wisdom. So that means that, you know, instead of just saying, oh my God, I can't believe this stuff happened to me and blah, 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 and oh, I never can let this happen again, and you know, instead of looking at the past from that kind of perspective, you start to shift how you see it, and you start to see it in this other light where it's like, oh wow, that thing that was really hard and challenging and somewhat horrible, maybe even horrible, you know, that thing happened, but look at what that thing taught me. And look at all of the lessons I've learned in my life now because of that. And look at how I've changed my own personal behavior now because I went through this thing. And look at how I don't actually think I have to go through anything like that again because I can see all the signs now. Look at how I have these glasses now on my eyes that can see red flags, you know what I mean? When I couldn't see those red flags before. And now that I've gone through this experience, I have the ability to just notice when things aren't working, and I can let go of those things. So with that judgment card here, I think that you have that perspective, and maybe now you feel a little bit less indecisive, and now you feel like you actually have actual possibility, right? Because you've charged forward already. You know, I feel this. You've already found this abundance energy. You've been working on a project. I feel that with these cards here. So now it's all a matter of look back on, remember when you felt lost? Remember when you felt stuck? Well, now you don't feel that way anymore, right? I get that sense with these cards here. So that's another thing to celebrate. You know, as you take this day off, where you give yourself this spa day, you know, maybe use it as a day of reflection to say, well, wow, look at how far I've come in life, you know? Look at how far I've moved. Look at, you know, I spent some time really dedicated to working my butt off to try to work through some stuff and work through some things, work through this indecisive energy I may have been in at one point when it felt like, oh my God, what can I choose when I have so much? Well, now that I've moved in this direction, right, I've come so far. So that's kind of the thought process that I feel coming in for you for this celebratory mood. And that's why you're celebrating, you know, you're celebrating the fact that you've moved through some difficult energy and you're on the other side of that, you know? So give yourself the love and respect and honor that you deserve. Final two cards come from my hand-drawn deck. We've got the Lovers here, and we've got the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is very tapping into this Mother of Cups energy, but with the Page here, I feel like you're moving into a new place of really, really, really giving back to yourself, you know? The cups are all about ultimate emotional fulfillment. That's kind of like the emotional, it's about emotional stability and emotional comfort and emotional well-being and letting that back into your life. So with this celebration that's coming in for you, I really, really do feel that it's like, you know, you're raising your cup to this new way of living, you know, this new way of thinking about life and thinking about yourself and just being open to the loving energy that's coming in for you, you know, letting yourself be open to that. And here it is too, you know, coming in with this Lovers card, it is that love that's coming in for you. And I don't know, you know, it's possible that this is talking about love from other people as well. It doesn't have to be though. I don't know. I tend to shy away from doing any kind of relationship readings because I feel like they don't always apply to everybody. I've been single for a very long time myself, and I'm not knocking the possibility of a relationship or love coming into my life physically from another person. I'm open to it, but I don't know if that's I don't know when that's going to happen, and I'm not really like I'm not trying to force that, you know what I mean? Like it'll come when it comes. I'm open to that. So with this, it's potential that you have that coming in, but it's also connecting into your own self-love, which just with this Mother of Cups and this Page of Cups energy here, it's really just about this idea of love in general, that you have the ability to find, that open self-love, and that in fact when you just try to give that to yourself, right? When you learn how to give yourself love without needing somebody else for it. And it's not to say that, that means you don't want to have somebody else in your life, it just means that when you can give this love to yourself and not need it to come from an outside source, you become a whole person, right? Because then you're not forcing yourself to look for it in other places, and then that forcing energy can become unhealthy. It can become codependence, which is something I personally have experience with, which is one reason why I've been so single for as long as I have. Is I was like, you know what? I want to know how to be good on my own first. Like I want to be totally solid in me and share this kind of love with myself and know how to feel like a whole and complete person first. And then I can find another person who's on that same page, and we can have a lot more freedoms together because we're each whole, complete human beings that don't need each other, right? We want to be with each other, and we love each other, and we have this beautiful, wonderful relationship because of that. But then we each can go off and do our own thing too. Now that's just me and what I'm looking for, but I feel like that resonates with me in this reading a little bit. It's this idea that giving back to yourself is so important. Learning how to be strong with you without necessarily needing that other person. Yeah, it's important. But regardless, this love energy is coming into your life if you're open to it. Like I said at the very beginning, open yourself up to this love of the universe that wants to come into your life right now, and that's what you have to celebrate. Go out and take your spa day, friends. I think that it'll be really nice for you. I think that you'll feel so great after it. And, celebrate you, because you've been putting in a lot of work and you've come so, so far. Always remember that you have come so far, and the work that you put in, right? All work that you put in on yourself, any spiritual work, any growth work, any of that, when you do the work, that work doesn't go away. And you might slip out of this mode, and slip into a different mode again, but that work is still a foundation that's built up in your body, right? It's built up in your soul. It's built up in your day-to-day experience. With this Judgment card here, you've built that work up within you, so that it never goes away. It never goes away. Anyway, pile number 1, that was my reading for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments what you think either way. And remember to go down and click on the link to the drawing for a private reading from my website. I'm leaving it pretty open to whatever reading you want, so it'll be whatever you want. If you want to do one of my pre-recorded ones, we can do that. Or if you want to do a face-to-face one with me through video chat, we can do that. Either one. I'm leaving it totally and completely open. Time length as well. It'll probably end up being an hour reading. So it's one of my full readings. You'll get a full 1 hour reading with me, and it can be either one, like I said. So yeah, let me know what you want. And if you ever want if you want to pay for a reading with me, if you don't want to leave it up to chance, which I totally understand, I've got a couple of readings available at the website, so check that out at www.junodrum.com. And then finally, I have a Patreon page to have you help support me further. If you'd like to join the Patreon group, check that out at patreon.com/junodrum. Anyway, pile number 1, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. See ya. Hey there, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading for what do you have to celebrate? What in life has shown up on your doorstep to be cherished and celebrated? As I said in the introduction, we all have little things or big things that we can all celebrate. And that the more that you continue to put yourself into that energy, to be open to the celebration, to be open to those kinds of things, the happier you're going to be in the long run, because you're just going to be continuously letting that energy into your life. Life is all about perspective, and I've learned that some really hard ways and some really beautiful, easy ways, right? Like, life is all about perspective. It's all about how you look at it. And so, if you want to be open to these beautiful, wonderful perspectives, they're there for you. And they help. They really help you get through the dark days. Because we all, like, life is a balance, right? Reality is a balance. And I try to look at the universe and life from a non-dualistic perspective. If you think about the yin and yang symbol, like we all have each present within us, the dark and the light. And, that doesn't mean that we have to fall into darkness. It's the opposite. Like I said, we have both. It just means that when challenging and difficult situations happen for us, we remember that there's a little piece of light in that, right? In the black section of the yin and yang symbol, there remains a small circle of white. And then it's the same in the light section. There still remains a little piece of dark. So even when you're living in your best, beautiful, wonderful, amazing life, every now and then a little thing will happen that'll try to like pull you down, and it'll be like, oh, like I just had a bike tire stolen the other day, which was kind of shitty, but it didn't break away from the fact that I love my life right now, and I'm really happy with who I am and where I am and what's going on, and I'll just replace that wheel. It's not a huge deal, so that's kind of my thing. So it's all about perspective. So just be open to the love that's around you, and it's here for you. So what do you have to celebrate? Let's look in. Let's see. Excuse me. First up, we have a card from the Fairytale Lenormand, and it is the scythe. Okay, so I tend to relate this to death because the scythe is the tool of death in most depictions. So the death card is all about change and transformation, right? But with this, it's also, look at this glinting sunlight coming in and shining through. You've got this cute little farm in the middle of this forest, and it's a bit of an ominous looking forest, but not terribly. We got berries here. You got a dragon. There's a lot of symbolism in here. The beautiful light shining through. So this light of love is present for you right now. And this transformation, I do believe you have this transformation energy coming in. So what you have to celebrate is change, You've got a lot of change happening in your life right now. And that change is beautiful, and it's open for you. It's here for you right now. And instead, it's like I've been saying about perspective, it's actually, that's kind of really fitting for you, I think, in this reading. I'm really feeling that kind of perspective shift for you. And that's a part of where this change happens. The death card in tarot is all about an internal transformation. It's transforming your consciousness. And that transformation happens through new perspectives. It happens from looking at life in a brand new way that maybe you hadn't looked at it before. It's about changing the way that you approach life, changing the way that you move through life, changing the way that you deal with being alive as a human being, and opening yourself up to a whole new mode of operating. And you have that kind of perspective shift coming in for you, and that is worth celebrating. It's worth giving yourself a pat on the back for the fact that you've allowed yourself to change your mind, that you've allowed yourself to move into something new, and you're allowing yourself to become a new person. Today is a brand new day from yesterday, and it's not, the past has left you, right? It's gone, and it's up to you whether you want to carry the past into the present, right? Through your memories, through your mind. You have that ability, quote unquote, to either carry that along forward, the pain of the past, or you can, with this scythe here, chop it off, cut it out. Say, you know what? The past is done. Yesterday's gone. And that's what you have to celebrate, is that movement to say, you know what? I'm done with all that stuff. That stuff is gone. Like, it doesn't exist anymore. It's just memories in my head. So I can let it go. I can move on. I can let in some beautiful new starlight, sunlight, sunlight with your reading. I can let in this new sunlight here. It's beautiful. Next up, we have 2 cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot. We've got the, perfect for you. The Seven of Wands, and we've got the 3 of Cups. Look at that. This is exactly what I was talking about. Look at the imagery on this card in particular. I love the 7 of Wands in this deck because it's just so beautiful. You see these 6 wands here? We've got 3 wands here and 3 wands here. These were some real, kind of crummy past going on here. And it wasn't easy. It was difficult. It was challenging. And you felt stuck, right? Imagine these all lined up, stuck like a cage. Well, look at you coming through here. You bursting past that with this beautiful torchlight. You know what? You're like, you know what? I'm done with all of this stuff. I'm done with all of these challenges. I'm done with all these gripes, and I am moving forward with that. And so that's what you have to celebrate. And look at that. You got the 3 of Cups here, which is literally the celebration card. It's coming together with friends, cheersing, having a great time. I guess in this case, it's coming together with your little bird friends, So, if you feel like you've had to let go of some people and some situations and some places and some stuff, if that's what these were, and you moved on from that, and maybe you don't have a lot of friends around right now because you've let a lot of people go who weren't really fitting with your life, as you've become somebody new, as you moved into something new and you're in some completely different situation now. Well, these could be your guides, your spirit team. Birds to me always represent my guides, or angels, however you conceive of things, your team that is here to egg you on the other side. We all have one, every single human being on this planet. And so you're being encouraged to celebrate with them, connect in with them more and say, you know what, look at how far I've come, and I'm ready to celebrate that, look at all the things I've gotten rid of in my life. Look at all the things I've moved on from. Look at all the situations I'm putting behind me. Today I put my past behind me. It doesn't exist anymore. And because of that, I am going to celebrate that. And cheers to me for doing the hard work to make that kind of thing happen. Because you know what? It doesn't always work out. It doesn't always work out, but today it does, This energy has worked out for me now. And because of that, I can be super thankful for the fact that I've moved on, that I'm letting things go. And it might be challenging, it might be painful, it might be hard to move on from the past, because it always is, right? It's always a challenging thing to move on from the past. But you know what? You've done it. You're doing it. You're working through it. You're making it happen for yourself. And because of that, because you are so open and ready and willing to put in the work like this, you are putting in that work, friend. And because of that, it's turning into this beautiful new day situation. And that is what you have to celebrate. We have 2 cards from the 1JJ Swiss deck. We've got the Ace of Wands. Yeah. And we've got the Queen of Swords. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So the Queen of Swords is just reconfirming that cutting out energy I was talking about. You're really, really leaving people, situations, things behind in the past. And it could be internal, right? Like I was saying too, with the memories thing, you could be cutting out past memories. You could be saying, you know what? I'm done with this depression. I'm done with this darkness within me. I'm done with this heaviness of all of these things that have happened to me, being my identity. I'm done with letting the past dictate who I am. The past is done. It doesn't exist anymore. It's finished, and I'm ready to cut that out. I'm ready to let go of that all. I'm ready to say, you know what? I'm in for a new day, and here the new day is coming into you. So that is what it's celebrating as well, is this new inspiration. You are following your inspired self. You are tuning into this beautiful new inspiration that's coming into your life here. And the Ace of Wands is all about that. The wands are all about following your passions, following your drives, manifesting, being able to create something out of nothing, moving forward and charging forward, and letting that passion dictate and drive who you are. And with it being the Ace here, it says it's a new start. The Aces are the very first card of the tarot, so they're the new beginning. So you've got this brilliant, beautiful new beginning, following your passions and your drives. And that is such a wonderful and incredible inspirational thing for you. And it's so inspirational that you need to celebrate that. That is what's worth celebrating, is the fact that you are letting go of the past and you are embracing the new day. You are embracing a new way of thinking about reality. You are ready to move into a new perspective that's going to bring you into this beautiful new period for yourself. So I think that's absolutely beautiful. Next up, we have 2 cards from the classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck, or it's called the Universal Waite Deck, if you want this exact deck. We've got the 9 of Cups, and we've got the 6 of Pentacles. So with the 9 of Cups energy here, it's like, you know, because you've done this, because you've let some people go, you might feel like you're all alone, but you know what? Sometimes it's okay to be alone and be in your own comfort. You know, if it means following your own personal well-being, like I connect the 9 of Cups a lot to self-love personally, because it's all about that energy of like, I've let go of people and situations and things that are no longer working for me, and I'm embracing my own happiness regardless. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm living my own personal life right now. I'm living my life. And so because of that, I can follow my happiness. And in fact, anyone who tells me that I can't follow my own happiness, I can't follow my dreams, I can't follow my passions, I can't follow these things, and I have to do other things, like that is a surefire way to say, okay, well, but who are you to tell me that? You know what I mean? Like, how do you have all the answers in life? Why are you dictating what is and is not for me? You know, who the hell are you to tell me who I am and what I want? So this card all connects about tapping back into that for yourself. You know who you are, you know what you want, you know what happiness feels like for you. And so you have the ability to follow that, and in that by doing so, it might be challenging to let some people or things or situations go, and like I said, this could be internal as well. It might be challenging to let go of your own thought processes. It might be challenging to let go of some opinions that you've had that maybe just don't fit your life anymore, which is totally fine. Maybe you have a new perspective on things, and there's like all of these people on the internet who you've been following their pages for years who just like, their opinions just don't fit who you are. And that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to follow that anymore. You can follow new people on social media. It's the glory about social media is it's in your control. You can dictate what you see and what you don't, So don't just fall into the algorithm to give you whatever bullshit it thinks you want, because that's not who you are, I don't know why I'm going off on a tangent on social media, but you know what I mean? Like you can control that kind of stuff. Next up, we have from the same deck, the 6 of Pentacles here, which talks about this idea of like giving back, being in a balance. You're finding a new balance for yourself with the scales here. It's about being in balance. And it's also sometimes, this card can come up when it's time to ask for help. So don't worry about asking for help sometimes, if you need help to find this new perspective, like especially if you need help from like a counselor or something like that. I just want to say that like I've been to counseling a lot in my life. It's incredibly helpful. And they're not there to tell you what to do, right? They're not there to say, oh, you are this and this is what's wrong with you. And I know that that's kind of the perception of counselors and therapists sometimes, but honestly, like they're actually just a lot more helpful in helping you change your perspective, right? They'll give you the tools to look at life from a new way that you never would have thought before. And they're here to help you work through your stuff. So they're not going to tell you what to do. They're going to listen to you. They're going to listen to the way that you talk, and they're going to listen to what's going on. And then they're going to say, oh, well, have you thought about X, Y, and Z? And that's going to just like totally open your mind to a new perspective. So like I said, you've got that kind of help out there if you need it. There's some other help available to you as well. You've got readers like me on YouTube that are really helpful. One way that I completely transformed my entire life was just watching as many of these tarot channels as I could. And, not all of them resonate with me all the time, which is fine. You take what works and you leave what doesn't. That's the glory about these kinds of readings is you take what resonates, and the things that don't, let it go. If you watch a reading where you're like, oh man, oh no, that doesn't feel like me at all, and I can't believe it, then don't. Then say, oh, actually, no, actually that's not me. I just clicked on the wrong reading. That one wasn't really right for me. I'll find the better one next time. and that's fine. That's fine. So you've got other readers like me available. There's some really incredible ones out there. I encourage you to find them. You've got private readings available for you. I have them myself on my website. You can check that out. But then there are other people as well out there who also have private readings. So there's a lot of help out there in many, many different avenues. So be open to it. Be open to it because it's there for you. Finally, we have 2 cards from my hand-drawn deck. So we got the 7 of Wands twice. Oh my gosh. So there you go. There you go. That's it. Seven of Wands twice. Whenever a card comes up twice in a reading, that means it's the most important card. So it's kind of the link to me as the reader to say, okay, this is the most important message from this reading for the one who's receiving it. And so for you, it's about that falling away from this past energy, from the past battles, from the fights that didn't work, and just coming out on top, letting it all go. And you're still fighting these battles potentially. You're still coming out of it, but look at this brilliant, beautiful, shining torch that's shining for you right now, because that shining torch is what's here for you right now. So tune into that, friend. And then the final message is the Lord of Victory. So you're going to be victorious. It's the victory card. It means, what are you celebrating? You're celebrating the victory that you're having within yourself right now, because you are victorious here in moving into a new day of celebrating your wins here. You've been through a lot of past battles, and they've been really challenging and really difficult. And you know what? Today is a new day. Today is the dawning of a new way of being, and it's being totally comforted by you and your own inner self and your own inner being. That's what's here for you right now. So anyway, pile number 2, that was my reading for you. I hope that it resonates. Please let me know in the comments either way. I really, really love hearing from all of you. I'm so thankful and so happy that we have reached 500 subscribers. Like I was talking about in the intro, I have as a way of thanks for all of you who have subscribed to this channel, and please continue to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I love having you all with me here in this community. But here we are at 500 subscribers, and plus now we're above 500, which is incredible. We're almost at 600. It's like, wow. Thank you guys. Because of that, I'm going to be celebrating this win, and that's why we're doing these celebration reading, by offering a free private reading from my website to one lucky viewer. So there's a link down below in the description, and I believe in the comment section as well. I'll have a link. So check out that. It'll go right to my website where you fill out a form, and then when you fill that out, a week from today, or Friday, the September 11th, we'll say. Friday, September 11th, I'm going to announce the winner. I think that the closing of the drawing is probably going to be Thursday the 10th. So just try to get it in before or on Thursday the 10th. And remember, I'm in the Pacific time zone. So yeah, let's just say Thursday the 10th, get it in before Thursday the 10th. I'm in the Pacific time zone. So that means that, just keep that in mind. I'm on the west coast of the United States, so that's my time and date zone in the planet. So triangulate your own time zone to that, yeah, and we're gonna have a free reading, so that's great. If you want to pay for a reading, if you don't want to leave it up to chance, and you'd like to get one from me, I have them available on my website. Check that out at www.junodrum.com. There are a few options available there. And I'm thinking about offering some new ones in the future too, so keep an eye out on that. And then finally, I have a Patreon available where you can get some incredible bonus content you can't get anywhere else. That's available at www.patreon.com/JunoDrum. Anyway, pile number 2, thanks for joining, and go out and celebrate. You got a lot to celebrate in life, so please do so. Catch you later. Hey there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading for what do you need to hear, right? So let's find out, okay? Oh no, it's celebrations. That's what we're doing. I'm sorry. We're doing celebrations. What do you have to celebrate? Because we all have something to celebrate in our life. This is in honor of the fact that we have reached 500 YouTube subscribers and beyond. We're now above it. We're almost at 600, which is mind-blowing and incredible. So thank you all so much. Because of that, stay tuned to the end of this reading, or just check out the description. There's going to be a drawing for a free reading for me. So that's incredible. But we all have something to celebrate. I'm celebrating with this reading right now, and I'm going to be celebrating my own personal life too. But what do you have to celebrate, right? There's always something. There's always something that you can celebrate in life, regardless of your situation. Even if everything feels like the most dire thing in the world, those can be some of the most important times to celebrate the small, tiny achievements that happen in your life. Because even the smallest, infinitesimally tiny, great thing, good thing that comes into your life is something worth focusing on and celebrating. And especially if you feel like you don't have anything going in your life and you just have one little tiny minor win, those are the most important wins to celebrate, because the more that you do that when you're feeling at your lowest, the more you start to climb back up that hill that you have found yourself in until you are at the top. That's how it works. That's how you get out of it. It's a little bit every single day. But let's see for you. Who knows? Maybe you're in a great time. I don't know. Let's see. You got the sun. So yeah, you are in a great time. Beautiful. You got the sun energy, friend. It's the happiest card in the entire tarot. What do you have to celebrate? Life itself. The dawning of a new day. This beautiful and incredible, amazing time that we are all living in for you, that you are living in, And I know things are really tricky in the world right now, and everything feels like it's crumbling and going to crap, so I am well aware of the state of the world, but that doesn't mean that you can't have the best day you've ever had right here, right now. That doesn't mean that you can't go out and celebrate your wins regardless of what's happening, regardless of what anybody says or whatever's going on. You still have the ability to create this absolutely incredible life for yourself. So that's here for you, right here, right now. Today is a beautiful day to win. And it's the small things. You're celebrating, like I was saying, those little tiny, beautiful, amazing little mini things that pop up every now and then, Here it is. It's just the day itself. Go outside and stand in the sun. If it's night when you're watching this, tomorrow, go out and just be in the sun for a little bit and celebrate it, Celebrate the fact that we're alive, on this beautiful, incredible planet Earth that, it's one of a kind as far as we know, We don't know anything else besides this planet, and the other planets that we've seen, that we have pictures of, are nothing like it. We couldn't live on those planets. We live on this planet. So celebrate our Mother Earth too. 2 cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot. We got the 3 of Pentacles. Ooh, yeah, building this stability. And then we got the 3 of Swords. Okay, 2 3s. Interesting. So 3 and 3, 3 3, and here's a 3, 3 3 3. So 313. Juno Palindrome is my name here, and that's because of palindromical numbers. I see them everywhere. That's a sign from my angel team, from my spirit team, from my guides, from the angels. Yeah, I use them as angel numbers too. So 313 would be a guide number for me, and also 33, 333, 313. So you're getting some 3 energy here, which is building this foundation for yourself, right? 3 is a stable number. It's the number of a pyramid. 3 sides of the same size, right? With all of these 3s, you're building this. What are you celebrating? This new day is happening where you're letting go of any of these past heartbreaks that have happened for you. The 3 of Swords talks about heartbreak energy. It talks about kind of sorrow. So you're actually, I feel that you're letting that go, and that's what you're celebrating. You're letting that go, and you're building the foundations for a new life for yourself, right? Look at this tall, giant mountain. It's very stable, the mountains. So it's potential grounding as well. Grounding can really help you in this moment of like going back into nature. I was kind of talking about that, celebrating Mother Nature, right? With the sun and with these flowers here and with the mountain. So I think it's time for you to go out maybe go out into the woods. Can you plan a woods trip? If you live close enough, or if you live in the woods. I just went on a camping trip. Well, it was a cabin trip, and it was only a 2 hour drive away from where I live. But oh my gosh, it was the most incredible, beautiful, nature-filled experience, and I got back in touch with my roots. My own self. I felt like I was a kid again. I was rock jumping on this river. Like, I was just hopping on rocks in the river, and I was 10 years old again. When I was 10 and 11 years old, we lived by this little stream. I grew up in the middle of nowhere in rural New Hampshire on the East Coast, but now I live on the West Coast in a city. I'm in Seattle, which is a nice city, but it's big and it's a city. And like, man, oh man, was it nice to just get back out into nature again. And like I said, I was like 10 years old, and I was just like right back into me, the me energy of me. So I feel that that's kind of what's shining in for you as well, is coming back to your sense of who you are. Even connecting in with your inner child, but really connecting in with yourself through nature, letting go of whatever this stuff was that happened in the past that was really hard and hurtful. I know it's hard to just write it off like that, and say, oh yeah, just let it go. Like, it's easier said than done. And trust me, I've done this work before. I mean, my entire heart chakra was like, my heart center in my body was so incredibly blocked, and I didn't even know. I didn't even realize that that's what was going on. I was just depressed, and I was sad, and I had gone through so many things, and yeah, I was kind of in this dark place for a long time, but I came out of it through working a little bit every day, and letting it go. And I think that that's kind of what celebration energy is coming in for you. And honestly, a couple of nature trips helped me with that too, of being outside in nature. I went home and I visited my home in New Hampshire, and I connected in with all of my family there. And I had felt so disconnected from them and from life and in general, from that part of my life. And I was judging it for no reason. I was just like putting myself into this box. And like, it was a box that wasn't mine. It was a box I had gained, a perspective I had gained from people I had met over the years in different places. And, it just became this self-judgment cycle that honestly was hurting me really, really intensely. But I let it all go. And by letting it go, I had to let go of some people, I had to let go of some situations, I had to let go of a lot of things. Um, we live in a very particular moment in time and space where, especially with the internet being what it is, with social media being what it is, it can be really easy to get locked into groupthink. There's a certain group that maybe you want to be a part of because your friends are all in it, and that's just for whatever reason. There's just a group of people out there who all kind of happen to share the same opinions, and then, but it's all like, you know, do they really share those opinions, or do they feel that they need to because that's the way that you participate in that particular group, right? So I mean, I'm an individualist at the end of the day, and I believe what I believe. I have very strong opinions, but I also don't care if other people, don't agree with those. I'm still going to be nice and kind and gentle, but I'm not going to change my opinions just so people like me. And that was a very difficult and challenging lesson that I had to learn. And I don't know if that resonates at all with you in this reading, but I'm just feeling compelled to talk about it here. I really had to do that for myself. I had to be like, you know what? At the end of the day, I want to be happy. I want to be at peace, and I want to be in a sense of love. And if that's, you know, stupid to some people, if they think that that's childish, or I don't know, um, I don't know. I don't know how those people think. That's at the end of the day, it was a group of people that I was trying to be a part of, especially, I was really trying to get into a lot of occult stuff and magic stuff, which I did for a while. And, I'm still a very magical person, but my magic is really, it's really connected to my own inner child, and my own sense of love. It's like fairy magic. It's like this nature magic. It's like this fairy tale, or just being out and being in love with the world. Like, that's my magic. It comes from that. It comes from my happiness and my love. And I don't know, I was connecting with a lot of people who did not have that kind of magic, or if they did, they didn't like it, and they were in a whole different way of being. which I don't want to knock here either. Like, that was the thing, is I never, in trying to walk away from those people, it was never, and it's never about me judging those people for choosing their own pathways, right? I think that we are all free with free will on this earth plane to do whatever we need to do for ourselves. So if you feel compelled to go down these pathways of this quote unquote dark mysticism, which doesn't have to be dark, but there are a lot of underworld deities who are incredibly important to a lot of people who I think are important, and I've connected to underworld energy before. Mediumship happens to run in my family, so connecting with the dead is a big part of my existence, right? I've done it myself. I've connected with the dead, but I don't think it has to come from this like deep, dark, scary kind of feeling. I think that's a cultural thing that we've given it. And so, like, I don't know. I've also connected with people who have had some sort of demonic energies going, which, like I said, I don't want to knock those people. I don't want to knock that energy, because it is a part of this world, but it isn't who I am, and it's not what I want. And like, I connect more to the goodness energy, and it's not, I don't want to be overly simplistic and dualistic in my thinking. And that was kind of a big thing for me. It was like, well, I don't want to be overly dualistic here, and I don't want to judge these different disciplines and these different modalities of thinking and being. But the thing about it is that there are beings and people and entities and stuff out there who don't care one way or the other about you, and they don't care about your opinion. They don't care about your free will, and they just want to get whatever they can get out of you, and that's the kind of energy that I don't allow into my life anymore. And if that means that I don't allow in certain modes of thinking as a result of that, then that's just the way that it is, So I don't know if any of that resonates for you, but I think maybe it does. If you found this channel and you've been struggling with your own sense of connecting to all of that, remember, at the end of the day, it's your life. You can be whoever you want to be, right? You can feel however you want to feel. And if other people don't connect to that, right? If they don't fit that mode of thinking that you feel you need for yourself, it's okay to let people go. It's okay to move on to different situations and different places and different ways of thinking. It's okay. It's okay to move on. And in fact, you're probably going to find a healthier way of feeling for yourself and for your life when you let go of the energies that make you feel so, it's like, you don't have to be around somebody that triggers your anxiety. You don't, at the end of the day. And it doesn't have to be, this big, I'm cutting you out of my life and you're never gonna be a part of blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not what I'm telling you right now. What I'm saying is, you can be like, oh, okay, this person triggers some instability within me, so I'm going to give myself a healthy rope of distance. And that's just boundaries, right? That's just the healthy boundaries that you could give yourself. And it doesn't mean you're judging that person by putting up healthy boundaries with them. That doesn't mean that you hate them. That doesn't mean that you're forcing them out of your life forever and that's it and blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't have to be so dramatic. It doesn't have to be so huge. It can just be as simple as, you know what, today I just cannot deal with that. And so I'm putting up this boundary within myself. I cannot do that. Maybe another day we can reconvene and talk about things, but right now this is just not for me, So you have that ability for yourself. I went off on a big tangent. Let's keep looking at your cards. 2 cards from the 1JJ Swiss deck. You have the Page of Wands and the King of Cups. Yeah, so yeah, you know what? That self-love energy is really present. I've been talking all about it. It's time to move in a direction that you're giving back to yourself, that you're filling your own cup. You are loving who you are. You're finding a way to really connect into the beautiful, loving, nurturing energy that is you. You have this ability for yourself. And with the Page of Wands here, it's really telling you that, like, you're in a new beginning. You're in a new start. You're at the very beginning of following your passions and your drives for you. That you can start in on this journey and let go of anything that's happened. Let go of any people, places, situations like I was talking about. I do think that probably resonates for a bunch of you, you know, and you can rebuild your life however you want, based on your own passions, based on your own drives, and finding the sun in your life, you know, letting the sunlight shine in you. Go out into nature to really connect into that, like I was saying. And it's connecting into your own self-love, you know, loving yourself for who you are, and regardless of what other people feel they need for you, you know, or they need from you, or any of that, you know, you don't have to do things just because other people want you to do them. You don't. You can do whatever you need for yourself, and it's not something that you have to feel guilty about or ashamed of, because you can fill your own cup first, and that's the most important thing for you, is to do that, to live and move from a place where you are filling your own cup. It's so important. Next up, you have 2 cards from the Rider-Waite Smith deck, which is officially called, this particular deck is called the Universal Waite Deck. You got the Queen of Cups, which is this tapping right into that, and you got the 10 of Wands. Yeah, so that's exactly it. You know, maybe you've been operating in a way where you really felt like you've had to help everybody that comes to you, you know, or you've had to do things for people who come into your life. You've had to make your life, you know, drop everything that's going on in your life to help everyone else, you know, with this 10 of Wands energy. And you're really being encouraged to drop some of these wands, you know, that it's okay to say no. No is a very powerful word, and it's an incredibly important word. And that it's always okay to say no. If you need time to just refill your own cup here, because you got the Queen of Wands here too. So the King and the Queen of Wands is just really in this incredible self-nurturing energy that you're being encouraged to give to yourself. And that's what you're celebrating, is this finding of this self-nurturing energy as you rebuild your foundations in this beautiful sunlight. That's what you're celebrating here. And you're ready to let go of anything that's not serving your life anymore. And that's okay. You know, let go of situations, let go of people, you know, like I was talking about in my own journey. I had to let go of a lot of people who I love, you know, I love those people. But I can't be there for them all the time anymore. I can't drop my whole life to just do whatever projects they want to work on, or like, you know, I can't let go of my own stability and personal sense of well-being to work on some, you know, magic project that is actually not in line with my own inner light, you know, that's not aligned with my own best good. And it's going to be tied to some energies that I want nothing to do with. You know, it's okay to say no to that. It's okay to say, you know what, I just can't. I can't work on this. Like, it's not for me. I need to figure out my own thing. And, you know, some people might judge you for that, right? Like I was saying before, there are certain people who just don't care about your opinions, and they're going to, you know, they're going to think what they're going to think. And so it's not up to you it's not up to you to carry on those people's opinions of you, because you are not the opinions that other people have of you. You are yourself. And people can think what they want to think. But that says more about that person than it does about you. As long as you are following your heart, as long as you aren't hurting anybody, if you need to take a break from people or situations or things because you just need space to heal and to move into your own sense of well-being, that's perfectly fine. That's not hurting anybody. That's not being mean to anybody on purpose. That means you're looking out for yourself. And you are the only person who can do that. You know, you are the only person who knows what you need. Nobody else does. Nobody else does. You know what you need. And so it's about finding into that, tapping into that new beginning here, where you're following your needs so that your needs are met. Because nobody else is going to do that for you. At the end of the day, no one else will know what your needs are, so they can't meet them unless you know what they are and you can meet them for yourself. Final 2 cards come from my hand-drawn deck. We've got the Justice and we've got the Page of Wands again. Okay, so whenever a message comes in twice, it's the most important reading, most important for the reading. With this, oh no, sorry, this is the Page of Swords. Oh, well, whatever. It's still a new beginning, but this is a change in mindset. So you have a new mindset coming in. And it's also you know, it's a new way of thinking, and it can be cutting things out. Like I was saying, dropping some of these wands, cutting some people, some situations, some things, cutting out the heartbreak, letting go of past situations that have hurt you. It's not necessary to have those in your life anymore. You don't need to keep those there. You can let all that go and move into a whole new way of seeing and feeling and being. And that's where this justice comes in. You're going to be rewarded for doing this work, right? With this balance here, you've got a new balance coming into your life, and you're going to be rewarded for the work that you put in for yourself. So do it, you know, feel it, rebuild those foundations. That's what's worth celebrating. So what do you have to celebrate in your life? A new way of moving through life where you are filling your own cup, you're letting go of a bunch of things, and you're just following the sun. You're entering into a period where you're going to follow your own inner light and the sunshine. So that is what you're celebrating, the sun coming back into your life. You're celebrating the dawning of a new day and a regaining of your own sense of balance. Anyway, pile number 3, that was my reading for you. Excuse me. I hope that it resonates. Please let me know in the comments either way. I love hearing from you. And then finally, I'm so excited to announce we have passed 500 subscribers on this channel. So I want to thank you all so much. That is why I am celebrating. I'm so thankful to have all of you here on this journey with me. I'm so incredibly excited to see where this channel is going. It's continuing, it's moving. We're all moving forward. I'm so happy that you're here with me. So thank you. As a token of my thanks, I am offering a giveaway for a free private reading from me. If you go down to the description section of this video, there will be a link in there to where you can go on my website and fill out the form that will enter you into the drawing. Please enter the drawing if you can before Thursday, September 10th. And on Friday, September 11th, I will announce the winner. So anyway, thank you so much, pile number 3. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you ever want a private reading with me that you want to pay for, I have them available on my website at junodrum.com. And then I also have some other stuff available on Patreon for you to get some extra bonus content with me. That's patreon.com/junodrum. Check it all out. Anyway, hope you have a wonderful day, pile number 3, and get out there and celebrate. You have the sunshine coming into your life, so go celebrate it. It's beautiful and wonderful. Connect in with that love. Catch you later. Hey there, pile number 4. Make sure it's still going. It is. Perfect. Welcome to your reading. This is what in your life is worth celebrating? What can you go out today and celebrate and enjoy because it's here for you? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful new day, a beautiful time to celebrate this energy. We're in September. Fall is here. It's my favorite season of the year. I don't know about you, but it is for me. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, then you're entering into spring, which is a beautiful season as well. So there you go. Anyway, let's dive in. Let's see. What's worth celebrating for you, pile number 4? Excuse me. The reason why we're celebrating for this as well is because the channel has just surpassed 500 subscribers. We're almost at 600 now, which is mind-blowing and incredible. So thank you all so much. I'm so incredibly thankful to have you with me here on this journey. So yeah, I'm so touched by all of you joining me, and as a token of my thanks, we're going to be doing a giveaway, so stay tuned to the end of this video or just check out the description section for a link for that. Let's do your reading. First card comes from the Fairytale Lenormand, and it is the Lady. So the Lady is all about, well, she can mean a lot of things. I don't know. I think, what am I seeing from her? I'm seeing this long braid. So braids are kind of like the interweavings of life, you know? I'm also just getting this glowing halo all around her. So she's very spiritually in tuned, right? She's connecting in, especially with her hair that's long too. It's like kind of this frazzled look. So it's like she's just like tuning into the wisdom from the other side. So I feel like that's kind of what's celebrating for you, is this connecting into your own spirituality. Maybe you're having this kind of like psychic sort of awakening. And that's definitely worth celebrating. So let's see some more cards just to further in. You got 3 cards from the Wild Unknown. 3 wanted to come out for you. So we've got Death. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, changing, just radical transformation happening in for you right now. We've got the Lovers. Ooh, yeah, fun. And we've got the 2 of Swords. Wow, yeah, okay. So this is double 2 energy. I know this isn't, the Lovers isn't 2, but there's 2 of them there. So I've got this feeling of 2s, pairs. I think, you've been at a crossroads, right, in your life. And with this change card here too, the Death card is radical transformation of your consciousness. I think that's what you're celebrating. I feel that. I feel like you felt stuck for a long time. You felt at this road where you didn't really know how to move forward, and you've made the decision to transform yourself. You've made the decision to transform your inner light, your inner being, and that transformation is being reflected with the Lovers card here. So you've done this work where you're transforming your consciousness into this new way of thinking, and it's coming with its love energy, which can mean love from the outside, but I feel for you, especially with this spiritual attunement, that you've taken a challenging situation and you've allowed it to jumpstart your spirituality, and that through that you're connecting into love. You're connecting into love for the first time in a long time. And it could be self-love. It's just moving from the heart-based energy, moving from your heart center. You're reconnecting with your heart center, and it's reawakening your life and your love. You're getting this new sense of love from the world and from reality, and that is 100% worth celebrating. So go out and celebrate the fact that that love is coming back into your life. And like I said, it could be from the outside, but it could also just be from the inside. And it could be the spiritual sense. You're gaining this spiritual sense where the universe is loving you. You're experiencing the love, the eternal love of the universe for the first time in a long time. And that's beautiful and wonderful. Next up, we have 2 cards from the 1JJ Swiss deck. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got the 6 of Cups. So with the Wheel of Fortune, I always read the Wheel of Fortune to be a fortunate omen coming into your life, right? I've heard it said sometimes that it's like, could be up, could be down, who knows, right? But I've never read it that way, and I'm never gonna read it that way. I feel like it means a positive omen is coming into your life. Fortune is coming in for you right here, right now. So you've got this beautiful new period of wonderful fortune coming into your life, and it's so incredible. And it's loving, and it's nurturing, and it's here for you. And then with this 6 of Cups, remember, like, I've just felt this energy of like you were connecting into this love for the first time in a long time. Like it's been somewhere before, like you had it once. It's like this, and I've been feeling this myself recently, right? I was on the bus the other day. I started a new part-time job, and I left work, and it was like in the afternoon, 3:30, 4 o'clock. I'm walking through, I've got this like, I'm starting to feel fall for the first time, with the little bit of breeze coming in. There's something about the smell in the air, and it just put me back into this feeling when I was a kid, when I was a child coming off of school and getting on the bus in the middle of the fall, and just feeling all of that, feeling that freedom, that sense of love and joy. It was like I was reconnecting to that for the first time in forever. And that's the kind of feeling I feel from this spread for you. With this 6 of Cups here, it's like remembering childhood memories, and letting them come back in, memories from the past that were wonderful, and welcoming them back into your life now. I feel like that's what's happened. You're letting go of any of these challenging things. You're letting yourself transform your consciousness into this new sense, and it's coming with this like beautiful sense of love. That's like it's like oh wow, I haven't felt this in years. It's that feeling of like, wow, I didn't even know I didn't have it. I didn't even know I was missing this, but here it is. And because of that, it's like I'm a whole new person again. I'm like this. Wow, it's just that energy. I feel that for you. And it's a very spiritual feeling too. It's like, oh, this sense of spirituality, we can get so lost in like all of these esoteric and weird like definitions of things that are all just like so right-brained and logical based. But at the end of the day, the spirituality isn't any of that. It's just like the most spiritual I've ever felt has just been me standing in the wind, on a sunny afternoon, smelling the smells of fall for the first time, that season. Like, that's some of the most incredibly moving and beautiful spiritual feelings I've ever had. And it has nothing to do with magic. I mean, it is magic. That's the most magical I've ever felt too, the most in tune with my own inner magic. But it doesn't have anything to do with, you know, anything but my own sense of reality, and connecting in with that, and then the spiritual component for me comes in with, now I have extra meaning when I see a butterfly flying by too. I just saw one out my window right now. That to me is a guide from my spirit guide saying, hey, look, we're here too, you know and I have extra meaning from seeing a billboard with, a phone number that ends in 111, and like, oh, that's a meaning right there too. So it's like you gain that. On the microwave right now, I see 000. That's an angel number as well, or a spiritual number, or any of that, however you want to interpret it. But I see those as signals now to connect in to the spiritual sense, that the world around me and the world within me and all of it is just one interconnected lattice, which is that braid. Oh, cool. I was talking about that braid before, but that's exactly what it is. That's what you have worth celebrating right now, pile number 4, is you are that interconnected lattice, right? What the world without you and the world within you are all reflected in together. And when you can create a sense of peace and calm within you, you will start to see that reflected without you. And when you find that calm and collected reflection without you, that will help you within you, right? It's that interconnection, that interconnectedness, that we are not alone, no matter what, no matter where, no matter what is happening and who we are interconnected with this beautiful, incredible world around us. And you're really, really, really being encouraged to tune into that right now. And that's what you are being asked to celebrate, because it's a very fortunate and beautiful period for you. Next up, we have 2 cards from the, it's called the Universal Waite Deck, but it's the classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck, however you want to call it. But if you want this specific one, it is the Universal Waite Deck. We got the 7 of Swords, which can mean a lot of things, but with the Page of Swords here too, I just feel like you're walking away. You're walking away from all this stuff that just doesn't work anymore. Any kind of deceptive energy, any kind of feeling gross, any of that, like, oh, I don't know, like all of that kind of stuff, you're putting behind you. You're ready to set that aside once and for all. You're letting go of any of that stuff, any of that crap that just isn't working for you anymore. And you're starting a new way of seeing life, especially with the Page of Swords here too. It talks about a new perspective, and with the Death card, it's transforming your consciousness. So it's like letting back in some of these feelings that you had as a child, when you didn't have to worry about anything, you didn't have to think about life and the way things were going. All you had to do was go to school, and then when you were done with school, you just got on the bus and went home. And that freedom of after school when you're on the bus going home, I don't know if you had that experience growing up. Everybody's got different experiences, and this channel's going out to anyone all over the world. So I'm just speaking about my own experience growing up as a kid, going to public school in the United States of America in the middle of rural nowhere. That was my experience. And so it was beautiful to connect in with that, because I live all the way across the country from where I grew up now. Completely different environment. I'm in the city, but it's a different city, and Seattle is a very nature-based city, so there's a lot of nature around, but it is very different. But I still got that feeling. I still got it. Like, oh wow, it's September. I feel it. It's beautiful. Thanks for being here, September. I'm going to enjoy you. I'm going to celebrate you. That's what you kind of got. You got that something, take it for your own situation. This is a general reading, but you've got something along those lines coming in for you, of just that, like, remembering where you've been, and, just like these being back in a state of calm, ultimate freedom, that ultimate freedom you feel when school's over, like I said, if you had that experience, that's kind of where you are right now, let that back into your life. Then you have 2 cards from the, for my hand-drawn deck, and the first one is the Ace of Swords. So there you go. That's a connection in there again. It's a brand new way of looking at life that's opened up to you right here, right now, with this Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords. It's just a new perspective, and it's cutting out, especially too with the 7, it's cutting out anything that doesn't work anymore. Cut out all those people, those places, those situations that just are stale, they're stagnant, they don't fit who you are anymore, you know. And it could be identities, you know, parts of your identity that were never really felt comfortable to you, but you took on because you felt you had to fit in with certain groups of people. You felt, oh, well, if I want to do this, then I have to do that because that's what people who do this do that, you know, whatever that is for you. Like, you're cutting all that out. You're like, you know what? I don't have to do anything. I don't have to be anything. I don't have to do jack shit, you know? I could just be me. And so I feel that for you, you know? You're connecting back into that sense of peace, sense of calm, and you're finding that again. You're like, oh, well, what is that? What is just being me, you know? And then you're like starting to see it. Oh, I remember a time when I was a kid and I was just outside and I felt the breeze and the sun on my face, and I didn't have to be anything. I just was, you know, like that's what you're connecting back into. And then through doing that, you've got this like standing out on a cliffside, you know, and watching your ships come in. It's like with the 3 of Wands here, it's like you're about to move into a new life. You're about to move into a new way of being. A new thing is coming in. So it's like by connecting into that sense, that almost that inner child, you know, and connecting into that sense of calmness, you're changing, you're transforming, you're letting go of this stuck energy. You're not going to be stuck anymore, and you're going to be able to move forward in life. But it's going to come from you connecting into your own sense of peace and calm for you. At the end of the day, that's what's the most important thing, and you're going to be finding that, you know, you're really going to be tuning into that. And it's so beautiful, pile number 4. This is a very beautiful reading. So celebrate that. That's what you have to celebrate. You have to celebrate the entering into a new mode of living that's going to make you so happy and so at peace and just so ready to love and live and be comfortable in whatever that means for you. Yeah. So anyway, pile number 4, that was my reading for you. I hope that it resonates. Please let me know in the comments either way. I love hearing from you. As a way to celebrate reaching 500 subscribers, I am so pumped to announce that I'm going to be giving a free reading away from my channel. You can check that out. Go down to the description section of this video now. That will have a link to the place on my website where the giveaway is. If you just go to my website too, check that out at www.junodrome.com. I've got other readings available on there if you'd like to pay for a reading with me. Those are available as well. There's also a tab at the top of my website that goes to the drawing page if you can't click on that link for whatever reason. But click on the link, it'll take you directly there. And then please submit the form by Thursday, September 10th, Pacific time. So, you know, I think to try to do it before Thursday, Pacific, because on Thursday, I'm probably going to be doing the drawing just for my own convenience. But on Friday, September 11th, I will be announcing it through one of my videos. So check that out on Friday. If you can, before Thursday, so by the end of Wednesday, if you really want to make sure that you get it in, try to get it in by the end of Wednesday, September 9th, Pacific time. So wherever you are in the world, I live on the west coast of the United States. PST is the time zone. I don't know the GMT specifically, so just Google it, and in relation to yours, you know. I'm in Seattle, Washington, so just look up Seattle, Washington time compared to where you are, you know, and you'll find it. But yeah, anyway, check that out. And then finally, I also have a Patreon page where you can help support the channel even more. That's available at patreon.com/JunoDrome. So please check that out too. And thank you so much for everybody for subscribing. Please subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm so excited. We're going to be doing that giveaway, and I'm so pumped. So it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, anyway, check that out and have a wonderful day, pile number 4. See you later.